Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV live on Facebook and Periscope to discuss the Twitter poll that I did earlier in the week. My name is John and I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday lunchtime. Some of you are going to be coming back from lunchtime. Some of you are just going to be going on to lunch. Some of you will be waking up for that matter. Some of you may be having your dinner because we're watched all over the world. So guys, thank you very much for participating. As always, put your comments in the live chat for those that are currently watching. Now, as I said, when was it? When did I do it? Monday afternoon, I think it was, if I remember right. Monday afternoon, I put a tweet out to everybody which said the following. Hi everyone, our next 10 games: Arsenal away, Wolves at home, Spurs away, Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Burnley at home, Norwich away, Watford at home, Man United away, Villa at home, all to come. How many points do you think we will get? Now, for those watching the live stream, by all means, do put your how many points you think we will get in the comments, in the live chat, I should say. By all means, please do so. It'd be great to see what you guys are thinking about. Yes, Dave. Yes, we've already got yours, mate. Thank you very much. Good to see you again, fella. Now, for me personally, I'm thinking I'm going to give you my thoughts because I've not really gone on to it. I've hinted at when I gave Dave his platform to say what he wanted. I've given my when Bill came on from Garage Football. By the way, guys, go check those guys out. They're really good vlogs. Bill's vlog for the Southampton at home game is just brilliant. Go and watch that. But you know, so I've not really said mine. So let's go for it. Let's just talk about that again, shall we? So I'll put the tweet up again, and I'll say what I reckon mine are going to be. All right, so let's get that back. Let's get that into full screen so you don't see my ugly mug for a couple of seconds. All right, so Arsenal away. Obviously, let's going to the game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going to the Emirates. Never seen Arsenal lose at the Emirates. Well, I've never seen us draw for that matter. I've always seen us lose to Arsenal. My instincts are saying we're going to get a point tomorrow. I honestly reckon we're going to get a point. So, point if we do, then yeah, happy days. Of course, happy days. You know, we're on goal difference in the position 18, if I remember correctly. But you know, we're 2 places away on goal difference. So, fingers crossed for that. Wolves at home. Don't think we're going to get anything from that in any shape or form. Spurs away. Don't possibly a point. So there. Chelsea at home. Personally, for Chelsea at home, I reckon a point. So we're 3 points out of 4 games so far. Newcastle away, always going to be difficult for me, but I think we're going to lose that. To be honest with you, Burnley at home, possibly a point. So we've got we've got 4 points out of that so far. Norwich away, I'm hoping for a win. So let's sod it. So 7 points. Watford at home, can't see it. Man United at home, Man United away, maybe a point, and a point at Villa at home. So that's 9 points. I reckon I legitimately think we're going to get 9 points from the next 10 games. I really do, and I hate to say it. Some people in there, Darren Higgins. Hello, mate. Good to see you. He reckons 30. He reckons 30 points. Come on, Darren. Be serious, man. Come on. Ian from Hammers Poles. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Hammers Pole says 1-1 again for me against Arsenal. So Ian agrees. He puts a pot. Ian thinks a point win at Spurs. None at home. So Ian, put your tally total up there, mate. What you think? And Alex is saying, "Hello, good to see you, mate. Good to see you." I reckon 10 from that lot. So yeah, you know, I reckon 9. Alex reckons 10. Fair enough. Completely true. I reckon that's a very good chat. So let's have a look at what the results were on it. So let's bring that up. So 144 people joined in with a poll. So thank you very much, guys. Very, very appreciated. So we had, of the 144 people, 9% thought we were going to get 0 to 4 points. 28% said between 5 and 9 points. And 63% said between 10 and 15 points, which, to be honest with you, I reckon it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout in any shape or form. That's everybody's opinions, of course. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong, because we don't know what's going to happen. That's what we all think we are gonna do. So Darren says 14 points. Ian also says 14 points. So fine, that's not a problem. I don't, that's an interesting thing, because at the end of the day, as I say, let's just whack it back up again. So the majority, as I say, not a lot of people did the poll, but thank you very much to everybody that did. But as I say, 63% said 10 to 15 points. Very optimistic. Nothing wrong with that in any shape or form. If we get more than 15 points out of those 10 games, I'll be very, very happy with that. Very, very happy. We all would, because that makes us safe at the end of the day. It really makes us safe. The points that I've got, I don't think is, so we would, okay, so we're 27 points now. I reckon we're going to get 9. So we'll be on 36. Is that enough for anybody to stay up in the Premier League? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You're not sure. We all don't know, because it's all in turmoil at the moment. But it's good. I'm happy with that. At the same point, Ben, hello mate. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Where are we? Lord Bacon, JP. Good to see you. David says no. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Dave. Who's got the better running though? Well, that's the thing. Hammers poll. That's the thing, Ian, mate. Yes. It is. Actually, that's a very, very good point. What I'm going to jump on quickly is I'm going to jump onto the BBC Sport website. All right. So bear with me 2 minutes. I'm just going to get some details up. Bum, bum, bum. Right. So let's bring up the table. Okay, so here we go. There's the table. Make it big screen for you guys again. So let me just so at the bottom. Okay, so Newcastle, I think we're going to be fine. I really think they do. So it's really down between the bottom 6: Brighton, us, Watford, Bournemouth, Villa, and Norwich. All right, so that's fine. That I say that is any of the bottom 6 can be relegated within the next couple of months. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Darren says, I think we will need 39. Agreed. I think you're right on that one, mate. Dave says 36 points, mate. Keep up. Yes. Yeah. Well. Nick Carrington. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. Says 11 points for me. Fair enough. Yeah. Not disagreeing with you, and can't disagree with you, because it's all conjecture at this point. All right. So let's have a look. First and foremost, let's have a look at Brighton's remaining fixtures. Okay. So and by all means, guys, please do put your thoughts on what you think Brighton's fixtures are going to the points they're going to get out of these fixtures. Right. So let's just jump that in. Jump that in again. Okay. So Brighton have Wolves away and Arsenal at home at the end of March. So guys, what do you think? So keep the tally on this. So Wolves at home, Wolves away, and Brighton have Arsenal at home. In April, they have Man United at home, Norwich away, Liverpool at home, Brighton at home. So double running for them, and the end of the season, Southampton away. Big game for South Coast Derby. Brighton have Newcastle at home, and Brighton are away to Burnley at the end of the season. So, guys, what do you reckon? In all honesty, what do you reckon for those games that Brighton have got? What do you reckon their points tally totals are going to be? For me personally, I think it's really, really difficult to shout. I really do. Wolves, I can't see Brighton getting more than a point. Arsenal, I can't see it. I really can't for them, unfortunately. Man United at home, possibly a point. Norwich City, possibly all three for them, I reckon. Brighton, Liverpool, nothing's going to happen. Man City, nothing's going to happen. Southampton, I've got a funny feeling Southampton is going to be a point there. Brighton, Newcastle, I can't see being anything there, and Burnley at home. I honestly think 5 points for Brighton. I really, really do think more. Think will only what they won't. Do you know? It's I think no more than 5. Is reckon. Nick Carrington says it reckons for us it's for staying up. I'm guessing it says going to be on the last game versus Villa. Yeah, that's what everybody's thinking, mate. So Ian Stuart says 9 points for Brighton by the looks of it, possibly. Hammers Pulse thinks they'll only beat Norwich. Again, Ian, give us your tally total for that, mate. Ben says 8 points. Darren says 7 points. Ben says football season might get shut down. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so I reckon 5 points for Brighton. I really do. I'm going to say we've already gone through our fixtures, so let's now turn our attention over to Watford and what they're running. So that'd be interesting because I legitimately haven't looked at these. I really haven't looked at these because I wanted to get a fresh reaction on there. So okay, so Brighton's running. Crystal Palace at home. So Crystal Palace away, I should say, for Watford. Watford are playing Leicester at home. Burnley, Watford. Okay, what else are they doing? They're playing Southampton at home, Chelsea away, Norwich at home, Newcastle at home, and obviously us at home, us away for their point of view. City at home and Arsenal away at the end of the season. That's a taste. That's a really really tasty one. That really really is. So Ian thinks that Brighton are only going to pick up 3 points and therefore going to get relegated. Nick says Brighton are struggling. They struggle to score 8 points max. Yeah, it's not that far from what there's a little bit more optimistic. Ian says 17 points for Watford. Stuart says 8. David says 6. So I'm going to look at it as okay. So Palace Watford. I've got a funny feeling that's a victory for Watford. Watford Leicester. Maybe a draw, so 4 points. Burnley Watford. 7 points. I reckon they're going to beat Burnley. Watford Southampton. 3 points there, so it's 10 points. Chelsea Watford. Maybe 11. Maybe a draw out of that. Watford Norwich. 3 points is 14 points. Newcastle Watford. I think it's going to be 14 points. Actually, I think 15 points. To be honest with you, I think 15 points myself. So it looks like Watford are going to be safe. So guys, as always, I say let me know what you're thinking on that. Sorry, yeah. Darren thinks 10 points for Watford. Ben thinks 11. So let's turn to our next one. Bournemouth. Let's see what their running is. So guys, if you've already looked at these fixtures, then by all means let me know what you reckon the points are going to be for Bournemouth. So Jesus. That's not a good start for them. So let's go into Bournemouth's running now. So Liverpool Bournemouth, no points out of that. Bournemouth Palace. I can't see any points out of that either. Wolves, Bournemouth. As I say, Wolves are going to be the more dominant one there. Bournemouth, Newcastle, can't see anything. Man United, Bournemouth, maybe a point. So Bournemouth, Spurs, no. Bournemouth, Leicester, no, I can't see it. Man City, Bournemouth, no. AFC, so Bournemouth, Southampton. And Everton, Bournemouth. It's not personally. That's not looking good. It really isn't looking good for Bournemouth. Nick, they have a recent. I don't think they'll be in the run. Agreed, Nick. Yeah. But yeah, as I say, Bournemouth. I can't see much more than maybe 2, 3 points max out of that. Stuart says 4. Ian says 6. Darren says 4. So we're all thinking roughly the same, 3, 4 points maybe. Dave says, yeah, doesn't see any points for Bournemouth. Could happen, mate. It absolutely could happen. You absolutely never know. I mean, the funny thing is about this time of the season is the fact that everything's massively all over the place. Things seem to settle down at the same point in terms of the table. How the table is now is 95% of the time how it's going to be come the end of the season. Ben says 8 points. So yeah, we're all roughly thinking the same thing. So let's turn to the other Claret, the other Claret and Blue. So Monday night, Leicester Villa. Can't see Villa getting anything out of that. Villa Chelsea. Can't see anything out of that for Villa. The Black Country Derby, technically, can't see anything for Villa out of that. Liverpool can't see anything. Manchester United can't see anything. Palace maybe a draw, but I don't think so. Everton might get a draw out of that. Villa Arsenal not going to happen, and us they probably get a point. So that's 2, 3 points max. 10 points for Bournemouth, 37 in total. Ben Davis says some of the teams they play haven't got much to play for. Agreed, Ben, but some teams want to go out and play for pride at the same point. So Hammer's Pulse says 5 points for Villa. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. You never know. Darren says 2. Yeah. It's not looking good for him, unfortunately. It really isn't. But it's not looking good for anybody in the bottom 6. It really isn't. But Bournemouth, maybe Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. Maybe Watford would be fine. But right. So let's turn to the last one. The bottom team, which is Norwich. 7 points from safety as it stands at the minute. Let's see what their running is. Okay, let's go for that. Before we do that, Timothy, family account. Villa will beat or tie Chelsea. I think they could take out Wolves as well. I'll say 7 points for Villa. Good, not a bad shout there, Tim. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Dave says 6 points. Ben says 5. So right, so let's go on for. Tim says Brighton are going down. Certainly looking that way, mate. Certainly looking that way. Right, so Norwich is run up. So Sheffield United, Norwich. I think Sheffield United are going to win that. Norwich City, Southampton. As I said, probably possibly a draw. Norwich City, Man United. No. Arsenal, Norwich. No. Norwich and Brighton. Possibly a point apiece. Watford and Norwich. I think that's going to be Watford's and Norwich's last game of April is us. At home for them, and so Chelsea, Norwich, Burnley, Manchester City, Norwich. It's not looking good. A handful of points at best, maybe 4, 5, maybe. Ian says, "Here we go. We got big conversations." Ian says, "Norwich are down." Yeah. So yeah. That's the thing about it was. So Dave is saying 6 points. Yeah, potentially, mate. Very potentially. Darren is saying 4. So again, not being very optimistic for us. I mean, obviously taking our Claret and Blue eyes off the prize at the minute. But that's what. I honestly don't think it is. Now turning to what Ben said earlier. Where's his comments? I'm going to put it back up again. Football season might get shut down. Right. This is one of the other topics I wanted to talk about because I personally don't think this is going to be. Everything is as bad as they say it is. Now, I'm well aware of all the information that the media is coming out with, but you need to look at it in a little bit more detail in terms of the reality of everything, right? Because yes, the reason why Italy's going to be playing games behind closed doors is because their coronavirus is out of control, for the lack of a better way. But 99% of those people that are not of suffering with any respiratory diseases, that are not well, basically have no way of having a low immune system, and basically, I hate to say it, but the old and invulnerable, the old and vulnerable, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. It's I don't think it will. I don't think it will, because for the same, because we had a meeting at work yesterday and talking about it all, and my personal opinion on it, not just the stuff that was talking about was being discussed at work, but everything in general. And I'm not the only one that's saying this, as loads of other people have got this opinion, is the fact that the way things are being handled with this virus, it's scaremongering. Quite frankly, it is absolutely scaremongering. The media are only focusing on the fatalities. Don't get me wrong, I don't think anybody should die from any virus under any circumstances. And if one person dies, it's one person too many. But they aren't giving us the full information. They're only telling us what we want to see, and it's making people panic. It's absolutely making people panic. I personally believe that the coronavirus has been going on longer than it actually been confirmed, because we've seen a lot of people from Japan, Korea, etc. over here wearing face masks for the last year or so. It's been going on for a while now. So I think this is only the latter stages. But at the same, and the reason why I say that I think it's just only at the latter stages is because the reports coming out from China of people with the coronavirus are coming down every single day. Granted, it's been 3-4 months, so the gestation period seems to be about 4 months itself, and that's it. So we should be all right in terms of things here. But at the same point, people are panicking for possibly unjustified reasons, as far as I'm concerned. Because it's bad, as I said, it's bad. We've always got to make sure that all our surfaces are clean. We've got to make sure that every time you go to the piss, or every time you eat your food, prepare food, whatever, you wash your hands after. It's common practice. It's common sense at the end of the day. It's just complete and utter common sense. So that's my point. So I'm just going to go back to the live chat now and see who's talking. Tim says Norwich are playing better than anyone in the bottom. I think they'll finish 18th and go down. Fair enough. Ian says, reckon it will come down to goal difference. I reckon it's points, mate. I really reckon it's points. Bournemouth, Brighton, Norwich to go change since the Liverpool game. Agreed, mate. As does Tim. William Snedden, yo, hello, mate. Nice to see you. Hope you're keeping all right. Dave said, behind closed doors will be the worst if it gets. I think no cancelled games or league. Agreed, Dave. I mean, at the end of the day, if at the worst case scenario that the Premier League does come to the fact that they buckle under media pressure and ignorant pressure, and they do games behind closed doors, I think it will be in the Premier League's interest to give platforms to Sky, Amazon, BT to show those games behind closed doors, so we don't miss anything. Because if it does happen, because apparently there is a clause in the Gio from Hammers Chat was talking about this the other day. Apparently there is a clause in our season tickets that if the games are closed off for any reason, we won't get a refund on the games we miss. So it's not that that's an issue for me, but I personally honestly do think that they should give more broadcasting rights so we can actually see the games that we've paid for, quite simply. Aren't they just considering playing behind closed door rather than shutting it down, as we're talking about? Darren says he's been laid off since May, until May. It's a bit OTT at the moment with the scaremongering. Agreed. Yeah, I'm glad you agree there, Ben. Vulnerable wouldn't attend games. I'm one of them. Precisely. Flogo says, "Hi JP WHU TV. Are you going to stream the next West Ham game? And the coronavirus is total already 100,000 infections, but China government is covering up the secret because it is man-made. Yes, of course it's man-made. And funny enough, Flogo, 2 questions in there. Am I going to stream the next one game? No, because I don't stream any games. But if you're referring to the watch-alongs, no, I won't be, because as I said at the beginning of the video, and as I said in the preview, if you watched it, that I will be going to the Emirates, so we won't be doing that. It is over 100,000 infections. It's actually more than that, mate. It's a lot more than that. But if you have a look at the logos of the business that made it in the first place, and if you have a look at the logo of the company that's trying to fix it, they are very, very similar. They're very, very similar. Joe Latham, hello Joe. Hello Joe, good to see you. Flogo says be hygienic, everyone. Exactly. Joe says, come on, boys. Marco from France. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Long time no see, son. Darren says, yes, wash your hands, chaps. Ben says, yes, use common sense. Sadly, some don't have that, mate. There's not many people that are in the London Stadium that have that. And Dave, being Dave, says, yeah, and check your balls, of course. Make sure you haven't got a lump down there. If you sit in my face, I will get corona. You'll get more than corona, mate. You are actually now going to be banned. Darren, if you don't mind, mate, please do ban this troll. Thank you very much. Nick Carrington says, I ran through a relegation predictor twice, and both times we survived. I know. I know, Nick. It is hard work. It really, really is hard work trying to press the numbers on everything. But that's a very, very good question, Darren. Yeah, let's see what he says. Darren's asking Tim, how's your shoulder? Yeah, by all means, let us know, Tim. You know, because to be honest with you, I didn't know you had an injury because I haven't been able to watch the channel recently. But I hope you're doing all right, mate. Right. So, as I said, from the polls point of view, thank you much to everybody that's followed the channel on the account. It's terrific. Is the channel the Twitter account is growing slowly. By all means, guys, if you are on Twitter and you aren't following the account as it stands, very, very easy to locate the channel. It's at JPWHU TV. Please do follow the channel. Darren, please do block this idiot. Otherwise, I will do it now. Perhaps I'll do it now anyway. Where are we? So, excuse me while I just deal with the people who've got nothing better to do than just be a twat. I mean, seriously, what is it all about, this whole sit on my face thing? It's just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. There's always some people who've got to ruin it for the other people, but those people will be banned. So, yeah, tiddly bye now. Dave says he's done it. Thanks, Dave. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. If we stick to 4 at the back and don't revert to 5, I think we'll stay up. Agreed, Mark. I've been saying it right from day one. 3 at the back and Ian will be able to verify this for me as well. Ian, what the follow Friday? Follow Friday. Yeah, but Mark agreed 100%. I've said it on a couple of Hammers Polls videos as well. Go check Ian's channel out. It's really, really good. Really good. Got some very good people in there. He needs more people, of course. And Mark, excuse me, Mark, do get in contact with Ian on Hammers Polls, because I've got a funny feeling you'd like to contribute on that. So let him know. But as I say, it's superb. We need to be. I've said it many times on the videos. I've said it a few times on this channel as well. Said it with AJ when he came on. 3 at the back doesn't work. 5 at the back, which is essentially 3 at the back when you're attacking, but trying to defend, doesn't work. 4 at the back works. Much more reliable. When the defence needs to sort itself out, that goal that we conceded for Southampton, as well taken as it was from our point of view, was absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. And you're welcome, Sunshine. You're welcome. But yeah, no, because Ian's always on the lookout for more contributors all the time. So Mark, I'm sure you'll be able to do some great comment, and hopefully your internet connection will be secure enough to send stuff out. Flogo FC says we have to accumulate more points and play like how Watford played Liverpool. Agreed. Counter attack and great defending. Well, to be honest with you, that's what we did. It's just the fact that unfortunately our best player of last season, and the player has kept us in many games this time before and since his injury, had an off day. It's painful as it says. Ben says, as long as Masuaku doesn't play, I want Masuaku as long as he's played in the wing. I don't want him as a wing back. I don't want him as a defender. Sorry, left back. I want him to be literally going forward. His brain's better for going forward than he is defending. We all know that, and he said it himself for that matter. Dave said he will head over to Hammers Pole shortly. Barmies do, Dave, and again get in contact with. Yeah, by all means, Dave, do get in contact with him on because I'm sure he'd love to have. Well, I'd love to see videos from you as well. The video you did for Hammers Chat was brilliant. But yeah, having you on the other last week was brilliant as well. So get involved, mate. Get involved. Right, so we're just gone over the halfway mark. Guys, if you want me to answer any questions, by all means, please do so. Now, Ian, I'm gonna do the video for you later on today, or possible some point over the weekend, as you know, mate. You're definitely going to be getting it for when you do your video. Now, I want you guys to talk about this as well. Let me know your thoughts with Yarmolenko coming back, because I mentioned this in the preview as well, that he could be back for, he could be involved in the squad for the Spurs game, but it looks like he's more likely going to be involved in the actual team selection for Wolves. If Jared Bowen keeps his run going the way that the way that he played against Southampton, do you think Yarmolenko should be on the bench, or do you think that Yarmolenko should replace Bowen? I want to get your thoughts on this, guys. Ian, this is my decisions on it's already made, but it's an interesting concept, an interesting question. For the first time in a long time, Ian's questions have actually got better recently. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on this, guys. So come on, put your comments in the group chat. All right, Mark's asking, do you know how long Souček is out for? He should be around about the Wolves game, because it said about 2 to 3 weeks. I said about a month since he got his, because he went the length. The thing that the website needs to clarify on, for that matter, is the fact that is basically hang on just a second. Dave says the pace is the problem with Yarmolenko, but he does have a finish. Agreed. Ian's shout out. Yeah, bench, no doubt. He could play centre forward, maybe coming on for Allaire. Not a bad. I'm going to ignore Apex. I think it's another troll. Flogo FC says, asked, when did you start supporting West Ham? That's a good question, mate. Flogo, it's been in my family for a long time. My great granddad used to work for Thames Ironworks, and he'll be so I've always had West Ham around me the entire time. I probably started supporting West Ham around about properly, I'd say, in the mid-90s, give or take, just as the crazy gangs stopped being crazy. And so it's around about that sort of time. So around about, yeah, just before we got Di Canio in. Wilshere is due back too, but will get injured again before then. Yeah, probably. Probably. Darren says keep playing Bowen. Agreed. Hello, Lena. Good morning. Good to see you, honey. I hope you're okay. Mark says, want to see the same front three, Allaire, Antonio and Bowen. Allaire needs pace around him. Agreed. Dave, not really sure what you mean by that. But yeah, no, that's agreed. I mean, that's the point. It's just the fact that we've been as like I said at the start of this video, it's typical of West Ham. It's absolutely typical of West Ham that we get right, yeah, saying I was a baby for being in the 90s. Doesn't feel like it, mate. I'm 40 this year. It bloody well doesn't feel like it. But yeah, no, where are we going with this? So, but no, it's hard work, because at the end of the day, as I said at the start of the video, we're always getting everybody practically fit around about March, April time. Happens every single year in, year out. Doesn't matter what season it is. We're always in that particular point where everybody starts getting back, and then somebody else will get injured. I guarantee it. So yeah, Mark says, do you think Bowen should have started as soon as he has arrived? Not started. But I think he should have had more impact straight away. He should have come on as a sub for his first game, which he did, and then started him for the second game, which he didn't. No, he should have been a sub for the City game. He should have been on for Liverpool, and quite rightly so, started for Southampton, as far as I'm concerned. Lena looks like she's having a bit of problems with her keyboard. Says, "I'm your what? Oops, your oops." Ben Davis says, "Big Ludo and goal there." Yes, he was at the time. William Seddon, hello mate, good to see you again. Lena says, "Bowen is the real deal. He's so hungry." Agreed. Good question, Ian. Good question. Do you trust the board to sell to a worthy owner? No, I don't. That's the worrying thing about it. I don't at all. I really don't trust them. I think they do exactly the same thing as they did against Birmingham. With Birmingham, it's just sell to the first person that's got the open checkbook. I've said it a couple of times. I really have, and that worries me. Can somebody, whoever does it, do anything worse? Possibly. I mean, we'll find out. Nick Carrington says, Aubameyang is hot at the moment. Can our defence stop him? No, quite frankly. We will try desperately, but I don't think we can. Mark says, is anyone else fed up with the ex-players that keep coming out defending GSB? Understand they are paid by the club, but what do they take this for? That's a good point, Mark. Ask Barman. I'm interested to see what people say. You know what my thoughts are on that. William Seddon says, I don't understand why people are telling you to sit on my face. Yeah, I'm quite happy for a few women to ask me to do that, but men's another matter. No one with a checkbook seems to want us. Agreed, Lennon. That's the sad thing. Highest bidder, legal or not? Yeah. I think we get a result tomorrow. That'd be nice, Lennon. It'd be nice. So, guys, yeah. We talked about it in the bit of the build up. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, a lot of people are saying we're going to get a draw tomorrow. So, guys, what do you reckon tomorrow? Put your thoughts down in the live chat and see what you're thinking. Okay, right. Leno reckons a Desmond. Yeah, understandable. William Seddon says, "What do you think about Liverpool versus Watford?" I said Liverpool are going to beat them. Jordan Henderson has proved my point. It's proved my point. I've said in both previews, I've said for a long time that Jordan Henderson is the Mark Noble of the midfield. A lot of people don't rate him, but when he's missing, you bloody well notice him, and that's exactly what he's like. William Seddon says 3-0. I'm guessing he's talking about the Liverpool game. Dave says 4 at the back and an effort draw. An effort draw is possible. Agreed. Ben says 1-1. Leonard says he's a donkey for England. Well, we'll see. Well, we've got an international coming up in a couple of weeks to see what England's like without having him in, if he's not back by then. But it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. So Jordan Henderson, I absolutely rate as a player. I think he's brilliant. But as I say, people don't understand the central defensive midfield role. A lot of people don't understand it. It's not there to be flashy. It's not there to be making runs up to the fast. He's not meant to have pace. He's not meant to do what everybody's expecting Declan Rice to do. Yeah, just because he's young doesn't mean he has to be running up all the time. Defensive midfield. The answer is in the question, in the job title. Defensive midfield. He's there to protect the back four, the back five, back three, whatever it is. Lena, come on. Coronavirus 2, England 0. Where Darren says 2-2. Mark says he'll take a draw tomorrow. That's fine. How more goals will how many, I think Ian means, how many more goals will LA score this season? Depends what his service is, mate. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we just said it now. Yeah, how many? Isn't he a central defender for England? Henderson is slower than Eric Dyer going after a he's a central defensive midfield, hun. No, he is a central mid. He maybe played as a central midfielder, but he is actually a defensive midfielder. A draw outside tomorrow, possibly lose 2-1. Maybe. Yo, Dudlin, what's popping? William, please come on. Darren says maybe Darren says LA to score 5 goals. Maybe. Very, very possibly. Very, very possible. I wouldn't mind seeing that in any shape or form. Really, really wouldn't mind seeing that. But yeah, it's interesting how things are going at the minute. But as I say, it's a stereotypical West Ham season. I've said at the start of the season I thought we were going to finish 9th. There's no way that's going to happen now, unfortunately. At least that was my aim. What's going on here? Bugs in the system by the looks of it. Ben says he isn't easy on the eye as far as central midfield player goes. His passing can be fantastic. Lena says if Allaire ends up with 12, his pals, is it a good season? Not sure. At least 4 if he has Antonio and Bowen. Agreed, Mark. 4 at least 12 hits 12 goals. And another little troll in the conversation, guys, as there always is, because people don't realise what this channel is about. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Sebastian Allaire's he's on 7 goals at the minute. If he smashes in another 5, that'd be good. Get rid of this guy, please. Please get rid of this person. Ben Davis says he doesn't glide past people, but that isn't his game. Agreed. That's 100%. So let's just get rid of this Herbert. So apologies if the picture freezes a little bit every now and again. I'm just trying to get into YouTube to get rid of this spammer. Oh, you've done it again. Cool. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Dave. Much appreciated, son. It's going to block it from this end as well, so I don't see those comments don't come up anymore either. Right. So yeah, but it's interesting from a West Ham point of view that, as I say, it's the same old crap. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the protest that Hammers United have been doing, because I haven't really had the chance to talk about it as yet. Mark says, can't afford any more injuries, probably stating the obvious. Understatement, mate. Understatement. We agree to disagree on Henderson. He's my second East favourite England player. Fair enough. 2-1 Bowen and Antonio will cause Arsenal defence problems. We have to. We'll call it 2-1 Bowen and Antonio will cause Arsenal defence problems. We have to be direct. Agreed, Lou. It's good to see you again, mate. Good to see you. If Antonio stays fit now, then we are in with a big chance of staying up. Agreed. He's been very instrumental. But any more injuries, I think would send us down. And again, mate, agreed. I agree with you completely on that one, Mark. 100%. But as I say, in terms of the in terms of the Hammers United demonstration. Well, it's not demonstrations, it's just protests. They've been absolutely brilliant. I seem to be in every single photo that keeps going. Which is what's making me laugh about it. But very fortunate, very nice to bump into Graham at Knees Up Mother Brown as well. We had a quick chat about that. But I'm fully, and it was good chatting to one of the guys from Hammers United before the game on Southampton. Because they have my 100% support, and I was there for the first one. I was there for the one on Saturday, and I'll be there for the next one. I will be there. I'll be there for every single protest until the owners sell and have people bring people in that are actually competent, to say the least. Lena says, what's amazing about Antonio is he's only got 2 goals. Yeah, he's that hamstring issue's been bubbling along for a while, and hopefully he'll be able to sort himself out. He should technically, he should have about 4 or 5 because he's been ruled out for offside and handballs more recently, which he made a bit of a joke out about. But metal in both legs. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Glad you like the shirt. I thought I'd go a bit retro rather than pushing my own stuff, guys. If you like the shirts I've been wearing, then by all means do go and visit the channel shop. The description links in the description below, I should say, for spread shirt. I'm actually going to be redesigning a couple of them because you can now actually put little things on the t-shirt sleeves as well. So I'm gonna try and redesign a couple of things. But as it stands at the minute, go check it out. Nice to get some commissions coming through to help support the channel. Dave says match of the day reporting protests suggest it is big now. Agreed, because because everybody's now waking, as Gonzo said in the preview last night. Everybody's waking up. Everyone is waking up. Everyone is seeing the West Ham owners for what they truly are. Sky Sports are still going on in it about it. They are, even though they've been under a dictatorship banning order for talking about things, but having to put that stupid bloody apology out. Ben says an international break in a few weeks. England meant to be playing Italy, but yeah, it could be called off if it is going to happen. Potentially, they may have to move it to the UK, but even still, we have no idea what's going to happen at the minute. No idea. All right, guys, so we're coming up to the 49th minute. We just jumped over the 48th minute at the minute, so we're going to wrap this up very, very soon. It says, give Snap Poll Saturday a shout out, JP, please. Go check them out. Never heard of them, but go check them out. Garth Crooks is still a tosser, though. Yeah, agreed. And that just shows you how bad things are. If Garth Crooks can see what's going on, then it must be bad. I think Hammers United have gone about the protests in such a professional manner that GSP have not been able to put out negative reports. Mark, they have, to a degree, they have, because they've played down the figures. Now, if you have a look at the BBC, in actual fact, I'll bring it up. I will bring it up now. Where is it? Where's the? I will show you what I'm talking about. I will just bring it up. Here. Let's have a look. Let's bring that back up. Right. So you see it here. This is, let me just This is what I'm talking about, right? This little paragraph here. So there was some debate over the number of people who walked pre-match from Plaistow to Pudding Mill Lane Station to show their displeasure at the way the club was being run. Organisers, Hamilton United, said up to 7,000 people were there at the end. It's actually been confirmed a little bit further now. It was more over 8,000. But club sources felt the figure was more like 2,500. Others felt around 3,000. So they are trying to discredit it at the same point. They are still, and if you want to know where, see the guy in the clout jacket and the hat there, that's me. on the right hand side of the banner, that's me. But they are the club are trying to say there was less people there than they thought there were. Lena says if they play and it's dangerous, play Henderson. Mark says thankfully even the press are on our side now. Agreed. It's our competition. Of course. Sorry. Yes. Snap Poll Saturday. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. No, John. He was criticising the supporters. From Dave. Yeah, but people now know that it's lies. Yeah, I know, Dave. Yeah, I know. Crooks was criticising the supporters because he's not aware of things. He's not aware of things. I mean, even the bloody Moose said there was a few thousand people. Well, if he's a true West Ham supporter, then why wasn't he actually looking into it properly? It's I hate the Moose. It really does. He's been doing my head in the last few months. It really has. Because he's delusional to say the least. Absolutely delusional to say the least. Right. So, guys, anything else unless we wrap it up? Graph Brooks, whoever get, well, they're both just as bad as each other. Yeah, Dave says we all know Moose is a joke. Well, yeah, I mean I know it's a running joke with everybody at the minute, and it's quite rightly so that he's all he cares about is food. So all he cares about is food. Doesn't care about what football he's watching. All he cares about is what he can get out of things. Dave, check your WhatsApp, your Facebook, mate. Moose is only interested in free lunch. Agreed. Ben says it's all. Love that, Ben. That is brilliant. Absolutely superb. Really, really do love that. It's spice. Oh. But anyway, guys, let's pretty much wrap it up there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had this. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's great to see you. It's been nice to see we've had a few people in watching on your lunch break. A couple of new faces as always, and a few returning faces as always. It's nice to see. So if you're new around here and you like what we're doing, then by all means, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means, please do click the like button. If you're watching the replay, give me your point tally totals for our games, for Villa's games, for Bournemouth's games, for Brighton's games, for etc. Basically the bottom six. And also, please do share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it. If you like the t-shirts I've been wearing recently, then by all means please go check out the channel the channel shop, which links in the description below. Go check out the 3 retro link as well if you want to buy yourself some retro shirts. Again, any purchases made through both the channel shop and the retro sponsorship, the channel will be getting commission, and that will be going through to Isla's Fight for the sponsorship, and the club shop stuff will be going to help fund this channel as well. So guys, thank you very much for your time. If you're on Twitter, follow me at JPWHUTV, Instagram at JPWHUTV as well. Where else am I? I'm basically everywhere. on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. Group links in the all the relevant links are in the description below. Thank you very much for your times, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you, depending on how many beers I've had on Saturday tomorrow. I'll probably either do a live review on the Saturday night at some point. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on the community tab, the community section on YouTube, because I will be putting up when I'll be doing the video. So, and also likewise on Twitter as well. And but guys, thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of this reasonably cold but very, very sunny day. And I will see you very, very soon. You take care of yourselves now, and all the best.